B.
B
It's
is
pretty
so
simple.
Yeah.
It says yet the temperatures are so cold and the ice cap is so reflective. That's all. Don't get into depth at all. It is super parallel sentence. The structure is exactly the same thing. So you can mark this answer and move on.
But then this it ends with the center. The B option ends with were it to
That's what I'm
do.
saying. Were it to do so, right? Were it to do so
Okay,
means
again that's also
Yeah. It's an
compared.
independent clause. Yeah.
first of all understand were it to do so means what? It's a beautiful point you have. Look, what do you mean by were it to do so?
Were
For
it
the polar ice caps to melt during summer.
But why you need this construction? Please understand these are all hypothetical situation.
yeah.
You would never read anywhere in the world in magazines that if sea level are rising. It will always be if sea level were to rise, the coastal city will be drawn. No magazine in the world would say if sea level rises, coastal city will be drawn. No, because that's an absolutely hypothetical situation. You never say if the asteroid strikes Earth, if the asteroids were to strike Earth. So when you put if the strike were to strike Earth or the sea level were to rise, it means that you are talking about hypothetical situation. You can't say if sea level rises, coastal city will be drawn. Though grammatically the sentence is not wrong, but this is an absolute stupid way to say it. Well, you have to denote a hypothetical situation. And what is the function of hypothetical? If plus were or just were. In second part it would be would form, could form, and all this stuff. So it will never, it has to be written in this way. Were it to do so, the water levels of the ocean would rise. See, exactly see, would rise. What is this? Hypothetical situation, right?
Yeah.
So the probability of this event happening is just 0.001%. That's all. Right? So this is very correct. It's right.
So in this case, if it did, like if it was there at the, would that help? Like if it did, like what's there in E after the semicolon?
What if it did the water level? So
E option.
that is not the structure to do.
Okay.
Hypothetical has to be written in if plus were form.
Okay, if
And the
plus were,
second
okay.
part would. Could.
Okay. Yeah, would is there, but yeah.
Might. Or only were form in the first part, second part would, could, might. This is a way to write hypothetical situation. You can't write if asteroids strike Earth or if sea level rises. Please understand. You can't say if sea level rises, Chennai will be drawn. That is not the way to speak. Because you are talking about climate change and this entire procedure to happen, it will take some 2000 years, or 100 years for sure, 200, 300 years. Till that time, we will not be alive at all. So hypothetical situation, this is the only construction. If plus were in first form, second form would, could, might, or were in the first form, second form would, could, might. These are all wrong. Clear? 34 number. So always remember that right answers are right in all the senses. There is no any angle that you can challenge that answer for sure. It will be 100,000% right. And that's a place you should try and analyze as well. That why it is were plus it to do so, or why it is not if it did, or something like that. Try 34 number.
I marked C for this one.
What's yours, Sanjit?
I had marked just a sec. I had marked D.
Yours, Navra?
B.
It says industrialization and modern methods of insect control have improved the standard of living of the globe. But the point is, the moment you look for but, you should look for parallelism, right? So industrialization and modern methods of insect control have improved the standard of living. There's a verb, but introducing, there is no verb at all.
Yeah.
So D and E are gone. not parallel for sure, right?
Hmm.
Agreed. Now look
Hmm.
into sentence A and E. They have introduced. C is what they have introduced.
Hmm.
So please understand what was the purpose of industrialization and modern methods of insect control from the meaning perspective to improve the standard of living,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So introduction of chemical pollutant was what? It was by default done or it was intentionally introduced? What do you feel?
By default.
Do you feel that industrialization and modern method of insect control desperately introduced chemical pollutants or their purpose was to introduce to improve the standard of living? So
The
that was a
purpose.
byproduct. So
But
the
yeah,
productions of chemical pollutants was a byproduct of improvement of standard of living, right?
Hmm.
It was not purposely introduced at all. When you say in
Hmm.
option number A and C, they have introduced, that's a disaster sort of meaning that you are going to give. Because it
Hmm.
says that industrialization and modern methods of insect control have actually introduced some 10,000 dangerous chemical pollutants. So you can't say that at all. It was not intentionally done. It was a byproduct of the standard of improvement of standard of living. So B gives you exactly correct meaning. While at the same time introducing some 10,000 dangerous chemical pollutants, which was not under their control at all. It just happened.
So Rahul, like in this answer, you have, I mean, you have reached to the answer by understanding the meaning of the sentence.
No, but I have also told you, okay, when ED forms are what? They into first of all understand ED forms like is always denotes a sort of intention, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So to
The
say कि while
adjectives,
they
like
have introduced, now imagine they is referring to what? Think about it now once.
I thought that they is referring to industrialization and modern methods only.
So absolutely, but no, it's like it's very, मतलब it's very plain understanding कि industrialization and modern methods have introduced, right?
Yeah.
Should not be at all. मतलब we should not say because you see in option number D and E it says introducing some 10,000 dangerous chemical pollutants. मतलब something that happened by itself. Introducing is being used as an adjective.
Hmm.
So that's a bit of hint should come from there as well. You can't simply just look down to A and C. ठीक है, D and E are wrong for a good reason. I do understand there is no parallelism maintained. But just understand that they have used introducing in D and E just for your own thought process when you are looking into this problem. When you analyze, like how the point is, it's absolutely okay to get wrong, Charu, no issues at all. But the
Yeah.
beauty that how do you analyze? You simply can't analyze and believe in this. Ki Rahul has said ki while at the same time introducing, so this is the right answer. No, it's absolutely okay to see that D and E are wrong answer, 100%. But see again, that's what Charu. It all depends कि आप कैसे चीजों को analyze करते हो. If you
So
simple, हाँ, tell me.
so in option B, while you say that while at the same time introducing,
Hmm.
so like for me, I was like, who is introducing? It's not very clear from this while at the same time introducing
So no
1
one, that's
lakh
what, no one
dangerous.
is introducing this. No one is actually introducing this. That's the whole point. This is used as an adjective. While at the same time introducing some 10,000 dangerous chemical pollutants that have virtually gone unregulated. So no one is introducing this actually. It is happening by default.
Okay.
And the point is ki, see you need to understand when I ask you to analyze this stuff when you like when you're doing at your home. So how
हाँ.
do you analyze? ठीक है कि आपने D और E को wrong कर दिया. You have marked D and E wrong. Absolutely fine. But
हाँ.
they have actually put a word introducing over here. They have put a word introducing over here. So
Yes.
when you are trying to analyze the stuff, then please understand that they have put here. They have introduced. They have introduced.
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
these two sentences, in this last next option number B, D, and E, they have put a word introducing. So please,
हाँ.
with respect to this question, try and understand what exactly introducing means. Because when you say they have introduced, to introduce is a verb for sure. Kahani khatam, story over. They have introduced. But option number D, E, and B is saying you introducing. So please try and ensure when you are analyzing these stuff, after all, what is the word introducing going to do here? So D and E
Hmm.
wrong for a valid reason for sure. I'm not denying that fact. I'm absolutely not saying that you get into all these stuff to understand why it is. The plain reason this is wrong, there's a parallelism error. But always try and think why introducing here, why introduce, why introduce. You will understand for sure. Why not? Agreed?
Okay.
It's
Rahul,
all
can
about how
you
you analyze it. That's all. Yeah,
Hmm.
Sanjay, tell me.
can you also say like chemical pollutants, comma having is there, right?
Example is,
So having ideally should not refer to chemical pollutants, but the whole industrialization and modern method. So is that like a modifier that's coming out after that?
Absolutely, that's not a verb for sure. No?
Okay,
Having
so
gone
being a
virtually
modifier,
unregulated since they were developed. To what it is referring to? It can never refer to chemical pollutants, right?
yeah.
ing form after comma never goes back to the immediately preceding clause, right?
Hmm.
Agreed. Immediately preceding subject. Sorry, it goes back to the entire clause.
Yeah.
What we have read that ing form after the comma never refers to the immediately preceding subject,
Preceding
chemical
subject.
pollutants.
The
So it
entire
won't refer to chemical pollutants. It won't refer for sure. It may go back to the entire clause, but this is giving you no meaning at all. Right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And even which, like the usage of which after the comma, isn't there a verb?
There is a what is which reference?
I thought chemical pollutants.
Absolutely. That's the right reference.
Okay, okay.
Forcefully don't start thinking at all.
Hmm.
Don't force yourself. Obviously, which will go back to the chemical pollutants, and there is no verb in the middle.
Yeah.
And what
Okay,
is
okay,
the
okay.
reference of which is decided by what? The clause that follows it, to which have gone virtually unregulated. What will go virtually unregulated? It's only chemical pollutant that will go virtually unregulated, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The reference of which is absolutely fine over there.
Hmm.
What about which can't it refer to modern methods of insect control?
Modern methods of insect control will go virtually unregulated. What I have told you, bro. The
Okay,
reference of
okay.
which is
The
decided by
clause.
the clause that follows it.
Okay,
Can
okay.
it go to modern methods and all thing?
Okay, got it. Okay.
It's not about reference of which is a problem here. The problem is they have introduced.
Okay.
Clear? Okay.
Understood.
35th number. It has to be very, very clear. This is nothing but a hidden fact. And what do you mean by hidden fact? Because this fact is taken for granted. When someone says you that Rahul is a good guy and he has got into Harvard University, it means that this is taken for a granted that being a good guy guarantees you sit into Harvard. It need not be mentioned in the argument. So please be very sure assumptions are a hidden fact. Moment I say it is a fact, the role of a fact is what?
It can't be questioned.
To support the conclusion. That's all.
Yeah.
Please be very sure about it. But the way we solve assumption question is not that we select an answer which is straight away supports the conclusion. The way we solve assumptions is that we negate the answer choices. Whichever negative choices weakens the conclusion will be your answer. And if you don't negate that choice, it should 100% strengthen the conclusion, right?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yes.
So that's how we solve assumption question. It may be extremely frustrating initially, but this is how you have to solve. You do it 30-40 question very slowly, and you will have a complete command on how to go ahead about it. You should not worry about it at all. It will happen slowly. But the concept should be well understood. The assumptions are something which 1001% supports conclusion. Without assumptions, our argument is not a complete argument at all. An argument is a complete argument. Why? Because they have taken some facts which are taken for granted and it need not be mentioned in the argument. So that granted facts are called assumptions, and the role of the fact in an argument is very clear to support conclusion. Okay.
Got it.
Now there are some rules that we need to follow while solving any CR question. Any CR question. Your first job is to understand what is conclusion. You are not supposed to not understand, get the conclusion. Okay?
Yeah.
This is your first job. Get the conclusion. Your second job is never ever mark a answer. Never ever choose an option that supports the fact. Never choose an answer
What's supposed to
that supports the fact. Okay?
Yeah.
Never choose an answer that challenges the fact. Okay?
Yeah.
Facts are facts. You are not supposed to support it. You are not supposed to challenge it. So these are the three stuff which should be followed in every particular CR question that you are solving. There are different ways to approach a assumption question. There is a different way to approach a evaluate question. But please understand that assumptions, evaluate, paradox, these are the different names. But technically, essentially, what are we trying to do? We are eventually simply trying either to support the conclusion or weaken the conclusion. We are doing nothing else at all. We are actually doing a strengthening and weakening in every CR question, right?
Okay.
Technically, what we are doing in assumption question, we are trying to weaken the answer conclusion, right? By negating the answer choices. Agreed?
Yeah.
So please understand, in any CR question, you do nothing except strengthening and weakening, but the names are different. And logic is also pretty different. No issue, no doubt at all. So these are the normal thing that we should be following, and 100% realize that conclusion never supports anything or never challenges anything. And never challenges anything. Why? Because conclusion is the final say of the argument. That is a message that is being conveyed to you from that particular paragraph. So that message cannot again go and support something or challenge something. That is the final say. So conclusions are nothing but a final say of the argument. So whenever we solve any CR question, these are the points that we need to keep in our head. But again, how much ever I tell you, until we solve problem, nothing gonna happen. So let's use all these things while we are solving the question. Okay?
Yes.
So let's come down to some questions. So the first. Perfect, Uday. Now your job is to do question number 1. Take 2 minutes. I think you have already done it, but still again read it once again, because again, Uday, it's very important. You know, no one can actually help you in reading of this argument and understanding of this argument. So before we get into any methods of solving any types of question, irrespective of whatever the type of an argument is, our first job is to have a very good command and a very good understanding of the argument. And to have a good understanding of the argument, considering that, let's say if you have not been a reader or someone has not been a reader, so our job is to read it in the way you are expected to read. Now, what is the expectations when you are reading the argument? Stop where there is a full stop and understand that is that particular sentence is understood to you or not. When you are getting into the next sentence, stop where there is a comma, where there is a full stop, and ensure that whichever sentence you read, understand that is this sentence understood to you or not. That's the whole important thing, because no one can help you there if you don't have understanding of argument. No one in the world can come and actually read this and understand it for you, or teach you how to read and how to understand. It is all your job. And this is the reason we have done sentence correction before, so that you know exactly how to read the sentence and make a meaning out of that particular sentence. So our first job is reading of the argument properly and understanding it. You please take 2 minutes, and then I'll also read it and see exactly how I'm reading and how you reading.
Yeah.
Take 2 minutes, please wait. So what's the answer of that?
D.
Yep.
Will
So
succeed in
let's
its
read
plan.
this now.
Yeah.
It says that countries B, while production is not sufficient to meet its current demand. Okay. So when you're reading, please try and understand what is fact and what is conclusion. When I say country B, while production is not, is, are, has, have, these are all facts word.
Yeah.
Country B, while production is not sufficient to meet its current demand. What do we understand from here?
It's a fact. Because
It's a fact, right?
Yeah.
Because they very clearly says that they are not sufficient to meet its domestic demand, right? So what do we understand from this particular sentence? That they need to import the while. What is now this is called inference. Please understand there's a humongous difference between inference and assumptions.
Okay.
When I say countries B, while production is not sufficient to meet its current demand, what can I infer from this statement? Inference is that, yeah, we need to import the while, because this is a fact that is given to you, right? So if I say you started preparing for GMAT, from Jan 2021. What is the inference to this statement to that? What can you infer from this statement?
That
that you never prepared for GMAT before January 2021.
Okay.
Understood? Inference
Yeah.
are nothing but something that is very much obviously given to you in the argument. So you should infer
Mm.
from the statement. So inference is nothing of inference and assumptions are two different aspects. Inference is nothing but what is your exact understanding after reading the argument, after reading the facts in the argument. Okay.
Yeah.
So after reading the first line, what could we infer? It says that country B while production is not sufficient to meet its current demand. Now inference is simple that country B has to import the while now. It need to import the while. Agreed?
Yeah.
Perfect. So ensure that whenever you're reading the statements in the argument, you exactly understand that this is a fact or this is a conclusion. And this is a fact that country B while production is not sufficient to meet its current domestic demand. In order to sharply reduce its dependence on the foreign source of while, country B recently embarked on a program requiring all its automobile to run on ethanol in addition to gasoline. Agreed? What
Yeah.
is this now?
Fact again.
Again, fact. Now,
Yeah.
what they are trying to say you, they had to import the while, but they want to reduce this import. Right?
Mhm.
And to reduce the import, what are they trying to do?
Get
That
all the
country
cars.
recently embarked on a program requiring all its automobile to run on ethanol. Now, to reduce this import, in simple understanding, what we can take from here, Uday? That they have developed a
Alternative. Yeah. Oil.
alternate fuel
Hmm.
called ethanol, right?
Yeah.
They have just told this. Please understand, in the argument, they have not discussed anything at all. They have just told that they want to reduce the import, and for reducing the import, what they have developed some alternate fuel called ethanol. They have not discussed what is ethanol good for or bad for. They have not discussed in the argument that ethanol mileage is good or mileage would be bad, ethanol uses would be good, uses would be bad. They have not discussed the uses of ethanol. They have just told that to reduce the import, they have developed some alternative fuel called ethanol, right? Agreed?
Yes.
Now this is again a fact that country
Yeah.
recently embarked on a program requiring all its automobile to run on ethanol.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Fact, right?
Yep.
Now it says combined with its wild production, country B produces enough ethanol from agriculture byproduct to meet its current demand for energy. What they are trying to say here. Now they are trying to conclude that combined with while plus ethanol, country B produces enough fuel to meet its current demand. Agreed? This is the entire argument that we have. They had to import the while because they were not self-sufficient, but they wanted to reduce the import. To reduce the import, what they do? They introduce some alternate fuel called ethanol. Now they are concluding that while plus ethanol, country B produces enough fuel to meet its current demand, right? Now they say there, look into the question. Question should be read very well. So argument is
Yeah.
understood, right?
Yeah.
I know what is conclusion, I know what are facts.
Facts.
Now the question is, which of the following must be assumed in order to conclude that country B will succeed in its plan to reduce the dependence? And what was the plan? That while plus ethanol is sufficient to meet the current demand, right?
Yeah.
Now this is a question, which of the following they assume? Now let's understand. Now again, Uday, you don't have to negate all the answer choices. There are some answer choices which is absolutely crap. Like let's say option number 1. It says electric power. First of all, electric power is discussed in the argument or not?
No. No,
I
doesn't come
don't have to actually negate this at all. Electric power is not superior. Let's say if I negate electric power is superior alternative to ethanol. Let it be superior or not superior alternative to ethanol, but it is not the part of our argument. So I'll not consider this at all. Agreed?
Yeah.
B says what? In country B, domestic production of ethanol is increasing more quickly than domestic wild production. What is our conclusion of that?
That
Wild plus ethanol is sufficient to meet the current demand.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Are
matter.
not at all trying to look at whose production is more, wild production is more, or ethanol production is more. And if you do not understand, then what is our steps that we need to negate the answer? So country B, in country B, domestic production of ethanol is not increasing more quickly. Is not increasing more quickly than domestic oil production. How in any case it tries to weaken my conclusion? My
Yeah,
job is pretty simple with that. I need to negate it, and my negated answer should weaken the conclusion. That is the only answer in assumptions. There should not be any other method that you should try and follow. This is the only method. You have to negate the answer choices, and your negated choices should weaken the conclusion. So it is not weakening. How does it weaken? My conclusion says while plus ethanol is sufficient to meet the current demand. Now this says country B domestic production of ethanol is not increasing more quickly than domestic oil production. This is not the say of the argument ki whose production is more. The say of the argument says ki while plus ethanol is sufficient to meet current demand or not. So this is also gone. Agreed?
Yeah.
Now again, C says what? Ethanol is suitable for heating. What is ethanol suitable is none of our business. They have not, moment you look into all this stuff, you are trying to pass the scope of the argument. So this is absolutely out of the scope answer. What is ethanol suitable for? Ethanol is not suitable for is none of our business in the argument. They simple say that they have developed some alternate fuel called ethanol, and while plus ethanol is sufficient to meet the current demand, I need to weaken that. Now, how do I weaken that? By saying that while plus ethanol is not sufficient to meet the current demand, right?
Yeah.
So what is ethanol suitable for is none of our job at all. So this is gone. Agreed? Let's come down to E. Ethanol is efficient as gasoline. Again, efficacies of ethanol
don't
are
care.
not talked about.
Yeah.
So this is also gone. Imagine I didn't actually need to negate any of the answer choices. But always ensure that right answer choices, if you negate, that should weaken the conclusion. That's the entire agenda. Now let's read option number B. It says that country B while consumption, I'm negating it. In country B while consumption is, I'm removing not, is increasing at substantially higher rate. Please understand substantially means the extreme word. So it is rating at extreme high rate than domestic oil and ethanol production. Imagine Uday, if your consumption is more than production, what do?
You'll have to import.
You will have to import the oil, right?
Yeah.
So can I say this is a statement which is straight away challenging my conclusion? Because the conclusion says while plus ethanol is sufficient. Here it says that consumption is increasing at substantially higher rate than domestic oil and ethanol production, right? So this is your right answer, Uday. So once you have got the right answer, Uday, there is 20-second more work that you need to do for first 50 questions. Please be very sure. I don't want that you do this work in exam. But what is our understanding from the assumptions? Assumptions are something which always supports the conclusion, right? If I don't negate it, if I negate it, it obviously weakens the conclusion. But if I don't negate it, it means that assumptions always supports my conclusion. Agreed? Assumptions are something on which the entire argument holds. It is taken for granted, and assumptions are nothing but a hidden facts. Facts means what? It should support the conclusion. That's it, right? Agreed?
Yeah.
So now after you have marked your answer, there is a 20-second more work that you need to do right now for next 50 questions so that you understand what exactly is an assumption. So your job is now, please understand. There's a, what is an argument? There are fact and there are conclusion, right?
Yeah.
And assumptions are the middle part.
Yes.
So all you have to do 20 more second work. I'm not asking you to do it in exam for first 50 assumptions question for sure. Now your job is Uday, to read the fact first and then read the assumptions and then read the conclusion and see it is making complete sync or not. Now imagine I'm reading. In order to sharply reduce the dependence on the foreign source of oil, country B recently embarked on a program requiring all its automobile to run on ethanol in addition to gasoline, right? This is a fact. Now I'm reading assumptions. In country B, gasoline consumption is not increasing at substantially higher rate than domestic oil and ethanol production. And therefore, combined with its oil production, country B produces enough ethanol from agriculture byproduct to meet its current demand for energy. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Because when they have concluded this, Uday, that oil plus ethanol is sufficient to meet the current demand, what they must have assumed, they must have 100% assumed that consumption is not increasing the production at all. Consumption is not overtaking the production, right? And only then they must have concluded now that oil plus ethanol is sufficient to meet the current demand. Agreed?
Yeah.
Very clear?
Yes.
So
Correct.
this has to be followed in first 50 question. I understand you can't follow this in the exam because you will have no time. but at least to understand assumptions in a much better way, these are the stuff that needs to be followed. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Take 2 minutes. Try reading.